Hello everyone, welcome back to our in-home class, Vellum Class. This one we're using our blue paper this time. So you can grab that out, and I'm just going to be very careful because I've got lots and lots of stuff here. Everywhere, stuff everywhere. Okay. Just giving everyone a couple of minutes to come on before we get started. And for me to find my kit wherever I put it. I had it here a minute ago. Must have it here somewhere. Let me just have a little looky while I'm waiting. Just a little looky while I'm waiting. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, where did I put it? Under here, I think. Yes, I did. Under here. Okay, got to put stuff everywhere where I don't put it on anything. Okay, we're going to be using our just moving everything out of my way. I've got everything here and I haven't moved it out of the way from before. We're going to be using the tulips out of the mixed flowers this time. I just chose one stamp set because sometimes it's easier to work. Oh, and I choose the butterflies as well because butterflies go with everything and you can always add butterflies to your flowers, and that's what I love about the butterfly one. So if you come on, say hello, say where you're from. Tell me if it's the first time you've done vellum, and if you've been watching class 1 and 2, tell me if you've enjoyed learning a little bit about how to use vellum today. So just add it to the comments. I'm just getting organised. Sorry guys, I'm getting there. Okay, get them out of the way because I don't need them at the moment, but I'll put them up here because I hid them on myself before, and I don't really want to hide them on myself. So we're going to need your piece of vellum to start off with. Okay, and I'm using the Stampi Positioner. Hi Susan, how are you? I haven't started yet. I'm just getting my workbench all ready to go because I have got blends, and I have got inks, and I have got stamps, and I have got cards, and I've got paper. And yet you only see this bit, this tiny little bit. But that's all right. And you know, anyone that walks into my craft room like you, Susan, you'd know how messy it can get at times when I'm packing up things. Oh, thank you, Margaret. I'm glad you attached a picture of your card you made with your vellum. That's beautiful. Team on the run. Beautiful. I'm glad you added it to the team page. That's amazing. It's one thing I love about, you know, when you're doing classes like this, and I mean, an in-home class is usually more private. You haven't got people watching on the internet. You're just doing it in your home with some ladies that love to have a go at something else. Nothing like mine. You two girls, honestly. All right, let's get started. If anyone comes on and watches the replay soon or later, hello. Don't forget that Facebook only keep out videos for 30 days. So tomorrow or the next day, I will move these over onto my YouTube. Okay, now if you're not on my YouTube, please subscribe and like. And don't forget to add it into your notifications so that when I go on there or post something over there, you know that it's on. The same with this one on my Facebook. Don't forget to go into the notifications and change your notifications that you want notifications, because Facebook have a habit of changing it. And sometimes you think you're going to get a notification and you don't. So Okay, so let's come down and get started on card number 3 for today. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, so we're going to pop our paper down and I'm going to get the stamp out. This is the tulip one. This is gorgeous, this. Now, there's lots of different techniques in working with parchment. Now, this is another way you can do it if you want to. You can put your stamp down first. Make sure your paper's straight. But you can put your stamp down first where you want it. My stamp looks very dirty, but it's not. I used some stays on it the other day, and it, you know how long it takes stays on to come off. It takes a while for it to come off. I will give them a really good clean after today, and you can just press down and pick that stamp up now. Okay, just put your vellum back in, but that's another way you can do it. Once you sit that there, if your vellum has moved, which it has slightly, you can just move your paper over. Let's hope we got that sorted out. Pretty awesome. You can sort of see where the vellum is on each point. You can use your grids on here so you can sort of line it up. Okay, our black ink, that's Secret C. I don't want Secret C. And I don't want Stays On because Stays On really is messy. And I normally use Stays On if I'm going to colour from the front. So if I'm going to colour on the front, I'll use Stays On because that's what I did the other day, because Stays On, I wasn't colouring with my blends, by the way. I was colouring with ink. And if you're using your blends, you want to use Memento. Okay. But our new ink, you can use it for both, and I can't wait for mine to come in. Okay, so once you're there, press down, get the image on here. It gives your hand a big workout doing vellum. I'll clean that in a minute. Take this off. Just make sure it dries. I'm going to make sure it's going to dry. I'm just going to move that up. I don't want that on the bottom. I want that on the top. Okay. All right. While that's drying a little bit, who saw the card I made last night? This was Crafty Thursday on a Friday. Why was it Crafty Thursday on a Friday? Because I had my eyes done on Thursday and I couldn't see. I couldn't see properly. They'd put so many different drops in, done so many different tests that, yeah, I couldn't quite see. So I had to do it on a different day. Okay, it's a bit spooky when you're doing painting with a water painter. You don't want to get your vellum too wet, okay? So you will want to have a piece of paper towel sitting alongside of you so that you can damp your brush. And I'm going to rip this in half because I'm just about run out again. But have a piece of paper towel there, because when you're using your water painter brush, it's good to be able to get the water to flow through so your brush gets wet. So once your brush is wet, don't press it again. Okay, you want it wet, but you don't want it soaking wet. So you can come back into that little bit. Okay, so you can, we're going to do it on the reverse side, because you don't want to, excuse me, I've got a frog in the throat now. You can do it on the reverse side or you can do it on the front. Okay, now I have used Memento, which means that it will run if I do it on the front, because Memento and water is like using your normal colours. Okay, so I'm going to do it on the reverse side. So flip him over, guys, flip him over. Now, I like to use a little block. And I like to press my ink colour into the block. And this is the Balmy Blue. We're going to start at the top. When you're working with vellum, you want to work your way down so that you're not putting your hand through the work that you've done. Okay, so you want to start up the top. And that's not too bad. The good thing about it is you can keep adding and you can come back and add a bit more. If you're going to use your heat tool to dry it, just be very mindful not to get too close to the vellum, you'll buckle it. And you don't want to do that. But it dries pretty quick. So don't have it too wet. And you can just smooth it on. It's a really nice way of also colouring your vellum. Now this is what we call flat work because you're not raising anything up on it. If you were going to raise this up and you wanted the colour to raise up, then you would have to paint on the front. Okay, so I'm just making sure that my brush isn't getting too wet. Now I'm going to come in with another colour because peach pie is over here. Oh, peach pie. Sounds like an apple pie, but it's a peach pie. Okay. Now I'm going to grab another little block and make sure I put some peach pie on there. Okay. Make sure your brush isn't leaked out while you've, the water's leaked out while you've done all that, because sometimes it does and you go and put it down into the next colour and it's really wet. Now we're going to do the tulips. And you can do it as light or as dark as you want, by as many layers as you want to put on it. Okay. And you might want to actually load up your green as well and work your green at the same time, but I think I'm just going to do my flowers first and then I'll come back and do all the leaves. Let it dry, let them dry. Don't go putting it over and over and over because it will peel the vellum. You don't want to peel the vellum, so you don't want it overly wet. You just want to apply it. So once you've applied one coat, let it dry before you start applying anything else. If you have any questions, don't forget to put them in the comments, or if you don't want to put them in the comments to me, just send me a text or message me if you prefer. I know some people think their questions are silly, but they're not. There's no silly questions, honestly. It's a learning curve. Okay, so I'm going to go out of that one, let them dry, and I'm going to come back and do some blue. Now, if I wanted to touch these ones up now, they're dry, I could touch these ones up and make them darker. Get the colour. Must be getting late in the day, trees. Okay, so you can sort of see you can make them a little bit darker by coming in, adding the layers. Make sure it's dry between each layer though. Okay. Because when it's wet and you're doing it and you're adding another layer, you're not actually building onto it, you're just moving it around and around and around. So make sure that it's dry. Okay. Just dry off your water off there before you put it back into your ink pad. I'll fill the whole lot up this time. Okay, so we're going to come down and do these little ones down here. So when you're painting with water, you can see you're doing it in stages. You're working in stages, okay? Because you've got to let it dry. I know, I missed the flower up there, didn't I? I could hear someone say to me, you missed the flower. I know I did. And you can sort of see it looks very pretty from this side. But this is where you know where you can highlight it up, where you want to bring it up. So this piece here you want to maybe highlight up a little bit. So you can dry this one off, get the blue out of it. You can come back in with your peach pie and you can come down and do a little bit darker around this edge here. Bit watery. Make this one a little bit darker. I'm going to show you that when it dries. It looks exactly the same when it's wet. If you need to blot, you can blot with the paper towel. Make sure you've got a clean piece. If you get a water spill on there, you can blot. So that's something that you can do. I'm just trying to come back over this one a little bit. Work out where you want your dark lines. Okay. Pick up your peach pie. Give it a clean before you put it back in here. When it gets a little bit watery, you will need to pick up fresh ink. Okay, that's a really good indication. Fresh ink is needed. Make sure that you don't have it too wet, and then you can sort of come in and you can apply it again. This one. Because you're doing it back to front too, you've got to be a little bit mindful of what's going to be like a 3D look. So if you're not sure, just turn it over and have a look on the other side. Because you know you want this bit here darker and this bit in here and in here lighter. But you can darken up the centre bit a bit as well. So you can come in around the centrepiece. Okay, so you can sort of see now you've got your highlight of your lighter bit in here and in here. So now you want to make this bit darker and this bit over here. So you can come in and make it darker. So come in and do that. Put a coat on it and then you can get your green and start your leaves. So that you're letting that dry naturally because you really do need to let it dry. Okay, another block. So you can choose the green that you want to use. I think I've picked Old Olive. And sometimes I like to put two colours on mine. I like to do a little bit of dark and a little bit of light. So it's entirely up to you how you want to go about doing that. Okay, so some green. Make sure you work the ink into your brush too. You'll get a lot more strokes out of it if you do that. And as you can see, I've only loaded it up the once and I'm just bringing it down. So make sure you load your brush up properly, but not wet. But not wet, wet. You're going to have it wet, but not wet, wet. I know, it's a bit confusing, isn't it? Because you can buckle the vellum, and we don't want to buckle it. If you're going to emboss, when you're colouring with, say, water painting on the front of your card, and you want to do embossing, so you're embossing the colour from behind, make sure everything is dry completely before you start embossing. Okay, you really need to make sure. Now we're going to come in, do our stem. So you can sort of see what you need to do for this. So you can sort of see it's going to be nice and flat. You can highlight it all the way around. So you just keep working on it until you get it the way you want it. Okay, it will take a little bit longer. The painting side of things takes a little bit longer. Don't rush it. Let it dry. If you can let it dry naturally. And by doing that, by doing it naturally is working on your flowers. Now, if you're going to be working, don't work your hand on here because you're going to smudge it. So make sure you keep turning your paper around to where you're working once you start putting it all on there. Start from the top, work down, but then turn your paper around as you start getting that work happening, okay? Because you don't want to put your hand on the vellum because it will just remove it and you'll get that oil from your hands on there as well. Like I said, if your hands are sweaty, you might want to get some cotton gloves when you're working with vellum, those white cotton gloves, because it just saves your vellum. Okay, we're going into, got too many stems down here where I'm looking. Sometimes you've got to turn your paper around so you can see what you're colouring in as well. If you love painting, this is very relaxing. It's very calming to paint. And I could show you one day my beautiful vellum books that I've got. I kept all my very sample books that I used to teach many years ago. It'll be over 27 years now I've been doing parchment craft. And I can teach people how to do the vellum. There's so many different techniques. And when you start doing all the lace work and the cutting, oh my God, that's when the cards become more and more difficult. But we're just doing Stampin' Up style. Okay, so I love the Stampin' Up style as well, just using what we have. So I love that idea. I love the idea of being able to use the stylish from the pick tool or from your scoreboard. You've got a good choice there of embossing tools, so that's really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside and let that dry off because it's got to have a few more coats on it. Okay, so it's going to have a few more coats on that yet. I'm going to bring this up. I hope you could see what I was doing. I hope I was focused then. So you can sort of see that's the back where I've been working. And then if you turn it around, that's the front, and you can sort of see you've got your light and dark areas. Still got to work more on my leaves and my flowers. So this one is, let me show you the card done. Let me put that somewhere where it's not going to get wet. And I'm just going to quickly clean my blocks off for a minute, because if I don't, I end up putting stuff down. Who does that? Oh my God. Okay. Get rid of that bit of paper gooey. Put my, oh, to clean your water painter, someone asked me this the other day. You just wipe it backwards and forwards and squeeze the water through. Okay, so just squeeze the water through and wipe it backwards and forwards until it comes out clean on your paper towel. Okay, so you want to just keep working it backwards and forwards, and that's how easy it is to keep that clean. Make sure that you keep it with water in it so that it's always there when you need it. So this is the card we just done. How's that? Ta-da! How cool is that? So you can sort of see you can do light or dark. It depends on what you want. And on this one, I just stamped out hello. And you have got a circle to go in it as well. So yes, a little word sometimes is just nice, okay? And then I just put a white card on the inside for writing on. So the vellum is just glued the same as what we did the first time. So I hope you have enjoyed a few lessons. Tell me in the comments, is this something that you would like to know more about? Is it something you'd like to see more on how to do? Let me know, because share it in the comments if it's something that you're interested in, because there's so many different techniques that I could teach you. But yeah, we're actually a stamping class, but if you like stamping on vellum and colouring that way, let me know. Hi Tanya. Sitting tomorrow doing the cards, will you, love? Well, good on you. You love it. Yeah. Look, it's really lovely. And Tanya, did you see the one I made for Lou for her birthday? I don't know if you were on when I showed it. And I yelled out, it's all right, Sam, we'll do this one in a class. Have a look at this. This is the one I made for Lou for her 50th. Isn't it gorgeous? I've got to do a little 5-0. And your favourite one here. Look at this one with the butterflies. How gorgeous is that? Can you see the sparkle on that? Can you see the shim on the flowers? Because I've actually done Winker Stella on there. Oh, this is your first time on. Well, I'll show you the cards then. So this one I painted with Winker Stella on top. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on this. But the flowers sparkle. Oh my God, they sparkle when the butterflies sparkle. So, and then this is the one I did for Louis. Love it. So we'll do something like this. This is what we call a cluster. A cluster is when you're putting layers and layers over layers, okay? This is what we call just painting on vellum. So it's just water painting, which we just did. This one was done with our blends, so you can blend on them. Hi, Lena. Good to see you on. What time is it where you are? It's got to be a different time, I know. And this one's running an embossing folder through the vellum and then colouring it using a little bit of our white new gel pen. How exciting is that? That's a sneak peek. You can see the shimmer. Ah, beautiful. So, and then, yeah, this is the one we've been working on. You have to let it dry. So just be careful, let it dry. And then I've also got one of these with a bigger bow on it, so you can go big or small. So if you don't like the white that I've put in your kit, you can always bring in another colour. And then we've also got our white work that we did earlier, which was our practice one of stretching the vellum. And that can take some time in practicing how to do that properly to get the smooth look. 10 p.m. at night, is it? Oh my God. Thank you for coming on. That's so cool. So we've just been doing some vellum cards today, a little bit something different, which has been a lot of fun. So I hope you've all enjoyed our card 1, card 2 and card 3. And we did that in the 2 hours, which is pretty good because that's what our class goes for. So love all the... Yes, they're beautiful. Now, Lena, I was saying, because I know you're overseas and I know you've received one of my coasters, but you can actually use this as an embossing pad. And this is what we've been using today, is the embossing, the back of the coaster for the embossing pad. So it's a really handy little tool. You've got your coaster for yourself, and then you've got your embossing tool when you want to do some embossing. But if vellum is something you'd like to see more of, let me know. I might even come in and do another special on just vellum on my Teresa Brown stamping. So lovely to see you all. I hope you all enjoyed what we made today, our cards that we have done. Let me grab what we have done today. So these are the 3 that we have done today. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again very shortly. Thank you. I love all of them. Yeah, love the coasters too. I know these ones are nice new ones. This one's got Ballarat on it. Ballarat, Australia. So I get different ones all the time because I'm always sending them to my lovely overseas people, and it's lovely to see overseas people pop in and join in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. God bless you all. Thanks for the love hearts. I love it. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.